Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of the 18th of August 2019. The title is The Attainment of the Inheritance and the Blessings from God in the Age of Fortune. It has been revised of 16th of January 1985. The attainment and the blessings from Bhagwan Vardhano ki Prati in the Age of Fortune in the Bhagyavan Yuga. Today the Father, the Seed, the Biju of the world's tree Shrishti Vriksh is looking at his children who are the foundation of the tree, the foundation from whom the whole tree grows. He is looking at the special souls who are embodiments of the essence and who bring about growth, that is, he is looking at the souls who are images of support, Adarmut, for the tree. He is looking for the special souls, the Atmas who have imbibed all the powers they have received directly from the seed. Out of all the psyches of the world, only a few psyches have received the special part. There are so few psyches who have received the part of elevated attainment. Shresht Prati through their relationships, Shambhan with the seed. Today, Baghdad was looking at the fortune of such elevated, fortunate children. You children simply remember two words, Bhagwan, that is God, and Bhagya, that is fortune. Everyone receives fortune according to their karma. Even you souls have had to come into the account of karma and fortune from the Copper Age onwards, but in the present age, fortune God gives you fortune. He gives you children the method for drawing an elevated line of fortune, Bhagya, with the pen of elevated actions, Shrestha Karamarupi. With this pen you can draw as elevated and clear line of fortune for birth after birth as you want. No other time has this blessing. It is only at this time that you have the blessing to attain whatever you want and however much you want. Why? 2. God is giving you children the treasures of fortune with a generous heart, Parakvi, and without you having to make any effort. It is an open treasure store, Kula Bandara. There are no locks or keys, Tala, Chabi. It is an overflowing, infinite treasure store, Bharpur and a good treasure store, that you can take as many treasures as you want, is an unlimited overflowing treasure store. Every day, Baba Dada reminds you, children, take as much as you want. Chaho Nalelo. Don't take according to your capacity, but take with a big heart. Take from the open treasure store. What would the Father say if any of you were to take according to your capacity? The Father also remains the detached observer, the Sakshi, and smiles as he watches children are so innocent. Ole, that they are happy with just a little. Why? Because for 63 births you have had the sanskars of devotees who are happy with just a little. Instead of taking the full attainment, you consider a little to be a lot and are satisfied with that. You forget that this is the time to take all attainments from the Eternal Father. Nevertheless, be powerful, Samarth Banon, Baba says. It is still not too late. You have come late, but it is not yet the time for too late. This is why, even now, it is the time to take from both forms of the Father, the inheritance from the Father and blessings from the Sadguru. Therefore, create your elevated fortune easily in the form of blessings and the inheritance. You won't then have to think the bestower of fortune, the Bhagyavidata, distributes his fortune, but I only took this much. The children of the Almighty Authority Father, Sarva Shaktivanta, cannot be according to capacity. Yata Sakti, you now have the blessing that you can take whatever you want from the Father's treasure store as your right, as your adhikar. Even if you are weak, with the Father's help, you can make your present and future elevated. Your Vartaman and Bhavishya Sresh, because when a child keeps courage, the Father gives help. He mate bache, matavya bap. There is very little time left for you to take the Father's cooperation from the Father's open treasure store of fortune. At this time, because of His love for you, the Father is your companion at every moment and in every situation, but after a little while, instead of being their companion, His part of watching everything as detached observer will begin. Whether you become full of all powers or you become full according to your capacity, He will observe both these stages as the detached observer. Therefore, at this elevated time, claim the attainment of the fortune of the inheritance, the blessings, the cooperation, and the company, the Varsha, Vardhan, Sahyog, Shat, that you receive from Baba-Dada. Never become careless about your attainments, about your practice. Never become careless. There are still so many years left. Don't confuse the time period of world transformation. Samaya Srishti Paravartan with the time or period of attainment. Praktika Samaya, don't be left behind but just think in such thoughts of carelessness. In your Brahman life, constantly remember the words for all attainments and attainment over a long period of time. If not now, then never. Abnahi to Abnahi. This is why you were told to remember just two words, Bhagwan and Bhagya. You will then always remain multi-million times fortunate. Padma Bhagavan, Bob and Dada were having a heart-to-heart conversation, Ruhan between themselves. Why are children compelled by their old habits? Purani Agate, the father makes you strong, Majbut, and yet you children then become compelled, Majbut. He gives you legs of courage and wings, Pun, and also make you fly along with him, and yet why do you go up and down, Furniture? You continue to be confused even in the age of pleasure, Majoka Yuk. This is known as being compelled by your old habits, Purani. Are you strong, Majbut, or are you compelled, Majbur? The Father makes you double aid and gives you his cooperation by lifting all the burdens himself. However, because you have the habit of picking up burdens, Doge, you take that burden. Do you know what song you then sing? You sing the song of Ki, Kya, what, Kyo, why, and Kese, how. You also sing another song, Gi, Gi. Leave it to some time in the future. Those are songs of devotion, the song of someone who has arrived is, I have attained. Adhikari Pantagite Aliyah. So which song do you sing? Check what song you were singing throughout the day. Babdada loves you children, and because of this love he always thinks. Let every child always be full, powerful, and multi-million times fortunate. Sada Shampan Shamar Sada Padma Bhagyavan. Do you understand Samja Acha? To those who according to the time always have a right to the inheritance and to blessings, to those who create the fortune from the open register of fortune, to those who transform from according to capacity, Yata Sakti, to being full of all powers, Sharva Shakti, to those who draw the full line of fortune with the pen of elevated actions, to the elevated souls who are embodiments of all attainments and who know the importance of this time, Babdada's love, remembrance, and namaste to make you full. Sampan. The spiritual children say namaste to the spiritual father. Babdada meeting groups. There are four topics. First, do you always remember your alaukic birth, alaukic life, alaukic father, and alaukic inheritance? Just as the father is alaukic, so your inheritance is also alaukic. A physical father gives you a limited inheritance, and the alaukic father gives you the unlimited inheritance. So let there always be the awareness of the alaukic father and the inheritance. You don't sometimes go into the memories of your alaukic life, do you? You have died alive, have you not? Just as those whose bodies die physically never remember their previous birth in the same way, those with alaukic lives and alaukic births can never remember their alaukic births. Now even the age has changed. The world is Iron Age, whereas your conference aged. Everything has changed. You don't sometimes go into the Iron Age, do you? This too is a border. As soon as you cross the border, you end up in the enemy's hands. So, you don't cross the border, do you? Always have the awareness that you are a confluence aged, elevated soul with an alaukic life. What will you do now? Become the biggest of all businessmen. Become such a businessman that in one step you accumulate an income of multi-millions. You will always belong to the unlimited Father. Therefore continue to move forward in unlimited service with unlimited zeal and enthusiasm. Behat ki seva with Dehat Uman Gadisha. Second, do you constantly experience a double light stage? The sign of a double light stage is to be constantly in the flying stage. Those who are in the flying stage can never be attracted by Maya. Those who are in the flying stage are constantly victorious. Vijay. The intellects of those who are in the flying stage constantly have faith and remain carefree. Shada nischay buddhi nischit. What does it mean to be in the flying stage? The flying stage means the highest and high stage. When you fly, you go up above, do you not? Consider yourselves to be the highest souls who remain stable in the highest and high stage and continue to move forward. To be in the flying stage means the feet of the intellect, Buddhi Rupi Pao, are not on the ground, are not on the dharni. Above the ground means beyond any awareness of the body. De pan se hu par. Those who remain above the ground of the awareness of the body are constant angels, Sada Farishte, who have no relationship with the ground. You now know about the awareness of the body, and you also know the soul conscious stage. When you know the difference between the two, you cannot become body conscious. You only do what you like doing, do you not? Therefore, always maintain the awareness that you are an angel. By having the awareness of an angel, you will constantly continue to fly. When you go into the flying stage, the ground down below cannot attract you. Just as when you go into space, there is no pull of gravity from the earth. In the same way, when you have become an angel, the earth of the body cannot attract you. Nahir Karsak. Third, do you constantly experience the stage of being cooperative karma yogis, natural yogis, and constant yogis? Sayogi karma yogi, swata yogi, nirantari yogis. When something is easy, it becomes constant. If it is not easy, it is not constant. If it is not sahaj, it is not nirantar. So are you constant yogis, or is there a difference? Yogi means to remain constantly absorbed in remembrance. When you have all relationship with God, then because of all relationships, there will be natural remembrance. And when there are all relationships, there will be the remembrance of one. Since there is just the one, there will be constant remembrance. So belong to the one Father and none other in all relationships. To belong to the one Father in all relationships is the easy way to become a constant yogi. When you don't have any other relationship, where will your remembrance go? Always have the awareness that you are easy yogi souls by having all relationships with the Father, by being constantly equal to the Father and having a balance of love and power at every step. Success automatically comes in front of you. Success is your birthright. Shafalta is your Janam Chid Adhikar. You have to work in order to keep busy, but One is hard work and the other is just like a game. एके मेहनत दूसरा है खेल के समान. Since you have received the blessing of powers from the Father, then there is power. Everything is easy. Let there just be a balance between the family and the Father, and you will automatically receive blessings. Where there are blessings, there is the flying stage. Even against your conscious ways, there is easy success. Sahaj Safalta. 4. Vardhan. May you make the One Father your world in Brahmin life and become a natural and easy yogi. To become avyakt and bodiless like the Father is the practical proof of avyakt sustenance. Om